Bruno Fernandes rages at Man United trio after Newcastle loss as Steve McClaren gets involved. Bruno Fernandes raged at his Manchester United teammates, including Marcus Rashford, after Sunday's dismal 2-0 defeat against Newcastle United. And Erik Ten Hag's assistant Steve McClaren got involved at St James Park as United's grip on a top-4 spot loosened further. After the full-time whistle blew on Tyneside, Sky Sports cameras caught Fernandes gesturing furiously toward the bench. The Portuguese playmaker looked to be telling his teammates to go to the away fans, who stayed until the end of arguably United's worst performance over 90 minutes since Ten Hag took charge. And the Manchester Evening News report that McClaren had to order Lisandro Martinez, Anthony Martial, and Rashford to go over and acknowledge the visiting support after Fernandes shouted at them to do the same. United's traveling fans have witnessed a number of disastrous displays this term as Ten Hag's side struggled to replicate their dominant home form on the road, and Fernandes made sure to pay tribute to those looking down from the heavens in the infamous away section at St James. United have taken just 1 point from the last 9 available in the Premier League and 12 from the last 27. It has dragged the Red Devils into the top 4 scrap that they looked clear of, with Newcastle soaring into 3rd with their triumph. Ten Hag's side will drop to 5th if Tottenham Hotspur beat Everton on Monday, albeit with 2 games in hand over the Lilywhites. Old Trafford hosts 2 Premier League games next week against Brentford and Everton to offer United the chance to get back on track. United's impressive home exploits have carried them to prolonged cup runs and an improved league campaign. However, Newcastle are the latest side to send them back to M16 with their tail between their legs. Manchester City, Liverpool, and Brentford all thrashed United, who also fell to defeated Arsenal and Aston Villa. That away record will need to improve if Ten Hag's side are to ensure that a Champions League return doesn't slip from their grasp in the final 11 league outings. In other news, Erik Ten Hag makes surprise claim as Manchester United dressing room discussion revealed. Ten Hag surprised by United performance in defeat at Newcastle. Erik Ten Hag was surprised Manchester United's players failed to match the intensity of Newcastle in their 2-0 defeat on what he admitted was not a good day. Newcastle had 22 attempts to United's 6 in a dominant performance that lifted them above Ten Hag's team into 3rd place in the Premier League table. United beat Newcastle 2-0 in the League Cup final 5 weeks ago, and Ten Hag felt that was a source of motivation for the host. And Luke Shaw said Newcastle wanted it more. I totally agree, and that was also my assessment. Ten Hag said they were more determined, more aggression, and more desire in many situations on the pitch, and then you can't win games. I was surprised that we couldn't match the determination and the passion of the opponent. And I think you know before when you travel to St James Park and Newcastle what will be going on, especially after we won the cup. So if you want to win big games, you have to be mature, and I didn't see that today. What happened inside dressing room after Newcastle defeat? Luke Shaw admitted Manchester United's players had a frank discussion among themselves in the dressing room following Sunday's 2-0 defeat to Newcastle United at St James Park. Second half goals from Joe Willock and substitute Callum Wilson secured a fully deserved victory for the home side, who leapfrogged United in the table in the process to climb to up to 3rd, albeit on goal difference. The Magpies were dominant throughout and should have been out of sight by halftime. United were second best all over the pitch and produced a performance so flat and uninspiring that 2-0 flattered them. They have now lost 6 of 7 matches away from home this season against sides currently camped inside the top half of the table. United would have consolidated their place in the top 4 with a victory on Tyneside, but not for the first time this season. Froze when the pressure was on away from home. It meant that a conversation had to be had among the players after the full-time whistle. Shaw, speaking to Sky Sports, said, "I'm not going to go too much into that, but the players have had a chat in the changing room after with no staff around. Obviously it is down to us as players on that pitch, and it was nowhere near good enough." If you enjoyed the video, make sure to smash the like button and make sure to subscribe to Man United Hub to get all the latest updates.